Distrakcije savremenog načina življenja čovjeku ostavljaju malo vremena i prostora za rad na sebi. Ali ljudi koji se bave psihoterapijom ističu koliko je u stvari upravo taj kontakt sa vlastitim bićem bitan za kvalitetan život koji ima smisao.
Jako je važan taj kontakt sa sobom, zato što u stvari nam je onda teže kad ga nemamo. Čini nam se kao da je lakše kad umjesto da budemo sa sobom i na neki način sebe utešimo u trenucima kad nam je to potrebno, ako nam je to potrebno, mi onda često trčimo za cigarom i gledamo televiziju i postavimo nešto u usta, samo da se distraktujemo od onog što se u stvari bućka unutra. Taj povratak sebi je u stvari ključan, jer kome ako ne sebi? Sve možeš drugo, ali si onda izgubio sebe. Znači, taj povratak sebi je u stvari ključan. Međutim, nije ga lako napraviti jer smo naučili da to izbjegavamo jer je tu najteže. Tako da u stvari u tim prvim koracima često potrebna neka, neću kažem pomoć, ali neka podrška u tom smislu. Naravno, to treba da rade ljudi koji su to već uradili sa sobom. Tako da znaju kojim putem najlakše ići i stići tamo. Sad, ja sam psihoterapeut, živim u Srbiji, u Novom Sadu i u Beogradu, dosta radim i u svetu. Gina, Yoli, koja je došla iz Izraela kod mene, je moja koleginica, odnosno negde radimo zajedno. Ona je izvrstan psihoterapeut i s druge strane poznaje mnoge tradicije rada sa čovekom, ne samo psihoterapeutske zapadne, nego i ono što rade i u drugim istočnim kulturama.
Everybody I know, including myself, is looking for a life that has meaning. And we are the ones who can say what is meaningful for us and what is not, right? And then a lot of times we are confused because society, family, culture, religion, circumstances, geopolitical circumstances in the world is telling us what should be meaningful. And how do we begin to separate the voice of my mother told me one thing, my government tells me another thing, to find my own voice. What is meaningful to me? Okay? And how can I find that? By finding a time or a place that I can listen inside to this source, as you spoke earlier. And you know, for me to say what this source is would be, I can't make this kind of statement because everybody finds their own source. Some will call it God, some will call it Mother Earth, some will call it my inner quiet voice, my inner voice. And in order to find that, we need to provide an environment. So somebody does yoga, perfect. Meditation. Somebody is walking here along this beautiful river. And as they are walking, they are coming into, if they are paying attention. You know, we can see somebody walking and they are talking on the phone. They're talking to the dog. They're smoking a cigarette. They're not being present. They're letting their body do something, but they're not with their body in this moment. Right. So if I'm walking and my entire presence, I'm practicing awareness and I'm practicing being present with everything that is in this moment. This allows an environment that creates a contact with how I will discover my source. And I don't know what that will be. The authentic movement practice, for example, there is no external stimulation. I'm not telling people how to move. I'm not teaching movement. And we're not putting on music. So everybody has to listen to what is inside them in order to allow it to come into manifestation or into form. And then we see how we are working in the world. I have an idea, I have a feeling. How do I bring it into form? How do I manifest it? I have to first separate, is this my voice? Is this something that I want to do or that my parents told me to do or the government thinks I should do?
Upravljanje pažnjom, vježbanje prisutnosti i oslobađanje od stečenih oblika ponašanja su jako bitni elementi za napredak na putu samospoznaje.
So people have a misconception, like you said, that my thoughts control me. External stimulation, my daughter just said this, my boss said this is happening, and I'm constantly distracted. And then they say, okay, I need to push my thoughts away to come into quiet. No. We stay present. That means that where there is a common saying, where attention goes, energy flows. You know this. So all I do, so I'm present right now, let's say, with my own breath and with being with you. Now somebody walks by, oh, I'm distracted, I'm looking at them. Oh, I wonder what they think of me. Oh, who are they? Oh, she's an interesting. Oh, where was I? Ah, here. It's a practice like a muscle. I practice returning my presence, returning my awareness to what is in the moment. And it's just a practice. So when somebody thinks, oh, I cannot do it. I tried, but I was always distracted with the thought and with this and this. Not to worry. All you do is you sit and you practice for a few moments. Not a big deal. How do I bring my presence back to what is happening in this moment? So for me, the most undisputable, tool for presence is the body. Because the body is consistently in the here and now. It cannot be anyplace else at all. I can have a thought about my body, how it used to be 10 years ago. That's not my body, that's my thought. What is in front of us every single moment keeps changing. So now we're talking to being present. What that really means is that I allow that things are constantly changing. So here is something that happens to people. We have a fear of something. The fear was created in the past. I had an experience, I remember this experience, and I'm afraid. Then every time I'm afraid of a dog. Every time I'm going out, I see a dog, I'm afraid. I'm taking my fear from the past, I'm projecting it onto the future. It's understandable. There are ways to work with that. But that is not what's happening in this moment. There is no fear in this moment, right? So one of the things that is absolutely key is being aware of the sensations of your body. And that's why in so many meditation techniques, it is the breath that keeps us right here, right now, and also that the breath keeps changing. It's constant, but it fluctuates, it changes. If I stay with my breath, I'm absolutely in the present.
Prihvatanje svih misli i dijelova svog bića, sloboda da mijenjamo svoj stav prema iskustvima kroz koja prolazimo i sloboda da mijenjamo i kreiramo svoj životni put su ključevi za unošenje ljubavi prema vlastitom životu.
There are parts of myself that I don't know, I don't like, so I need to include them. I don't have to like them immediately, but to include the fact that yes, these parts are also something that I behave. So in my life, I want more ease. I want more softness with myself, towards myself. I want to be able to include all the parts of myself, even the ones I don't like. I don't have to change everything. Definitely not right away. My teacher says we identify patterns of thought, patterns of behavior. We do not have to change those patterns. And I'm going to say that again, because people usually think, oh, this is a bad thing I do, I must change it, it's not right. Wait. I don't have to change the pattern. I can change my relationship to this pattern. Okay, and this is a big difference. It's about freedom. We want to be free, not free to throw the garbage in the river, okay, not free to hit somebody in the street. Free to express ourselves. Maybe not outside. I don't have to tell you everything I'm feeling, but can I acknowledge to myself all the feelings I have? Anger, joy, can I acknowledge all of them? This is freedom. So freedom. Freedom to acknowledge all my feelings, all the sensations in my body. Freedom to acknowledge that I have thoughts that sometimes are not pleasant and not good, but I can allow them to come through and move on. To understand that we, human beings, we are not our thoughts, we are not our feelings, we are not our behaviors. We are spiritual beings on a human journey, embodied. The body is very important. And we are having experiences, having feelings, doing behaviors. They are not the essence of who we are. And I want freedom to be exactly who I am, and I will keep discovering who I am because it keeps changing. It can keep changing. The freedom to change my mind, the freedom to change my relationship to you. Just because we were friends, maybe we're not always friends. Is that okay? The freedom to change my political views, the freedom to change where I live, the freedom to change how I want to create my life. And how do I find that balance between how I create my life and I respect my neighbor? And the best way I can learn to respect my neighbor is if I respect the fact that I want to be free to create my life the way I want, I have to give that freedom or allow, help, support that from my neighbor. And if he's throwing garbage on my side of the garden, okay, I will say something to him, okay. But, so for me, it's about freedom.
Dok god živimo, taj cilj se širi. Zapravo što mi, znaš, nema krajnjeg cilja. Ni sunce nema krajnjeg cilja, kruži.
Krajnji cilj, prestati tražiti krajnji cilj.
Krajnji cilj je prestati tražiti krajnji cilj i živjeti u ovom sadašnjem trenutku. Evo ja s tobom, svojim mikrofonom s njim, svojim suncem Smiljackom. Neka to bude cilj u ovom trenutku, biti u ovom trenutku tu. I ako si u trenutku sa ljudima, sa životinjama, s biljem, u tom trenutku tu, ti si onda stigao. Nemaš više šta da tražiš, to je to. Jer uvijek će biti ta sadašnji trenutak. A sadašnji trenutak u sebi sve sadržava u stvari. Ako si ok sa svojim sadašnjim trenutkom, onda si ok sa svim. To je negdje to, eto toliko.